Welcome to Gentle Anchor, a podcast hosted by mom and son, Michele and Noah. No topic too tender. We talk with honesty, curiosity, and zero taboo.
What's up, Drift Mates? Welcome back to another episode of Gentle Anchor Podcast. I am Michele.
And I'm Noah.
And we are so glad that you could join us today. This is going to be, I like this episode. We've had some fun ones. We did the movie one, and then we did the music one. And so this one kind of gets back to our roots of why we got into doing this podcast and normalizing conversations between moms and sons. And so this is about how our relationship has kind of evolved from Noah being a kid, moving into, going away to college, and him becoming an adult and handling adulting, and how
adulting, man.
and how our relationship has changed through that. So I think it'll be pretty fun. It'll be interesting. So, but yeah. So I think we'll start with that drift check. How are you doing, Noah?
Beautifully.
We just had a nice pre-conversation, and so we don't need to get into it or anything at all, but it was actually a very nice conversation that we just had beforehand. So I pretty much know how Noah's doing.
I am good. I'm good. I had the opportunity to go to every year my school or every athletic training program in Minnesota puts on this thing called Hit the Hill. And we meet with some legislative people in regards to advocating for our profession. And so I had the opportunity to be a part of that yesterday, sit down with the senator and representative. And I actually talked, which
That's
is
cool.
twice,
Nice.
which was impressive. I say that I'm really good at doing this and keep talking, so kind of BS my way through that a little bit. And then we got to participate in Quiz Bowl, which is just between a few people between every school, or every program gets to compete based off of athletic training questions and then represent our district at a different conference if they win. And I wasn't entirely a part of that, but our school won, so I was very proud of them yesterday.
Yay!
So,
Yeah.
and then we had a really great time, got to tour the Vikings facilities and stuff, and it was a really cool opportunity that I was really, really grateful to be a part of. So that was really cool.
Nice.
I
Fun.
sent Tabby a picture of the fueling station at
Oh yeah, you did.
the TCO, and I think she was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
I
Yep.
was in awe. Personally, I saw it and I was like, "This is like 2 times bigger than the one Taffy worked at."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
Yeah, it's huge.
So,
I
and
know.
then
I saw the picture. That was pretty cool. So that's like Tabby's realm right there.
yes, it
So
was. I was like,
yeah,
"Tabby, this could be you one day, bro." I know she wants to work in collegiate setting.
yeah, but still,
Still was really cool to see
very
that.
cool. Yeah, for sure. So cool.
How art thou?
I am recovering from a cold.
I can hear it in your
I
voice.
know. My friend came over the other day and she was like, "Oh, by the way, I have a cold." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, no problem." Anyway, so it started probably Monday night. And then I was like, "Well, whatever, whatever." And then I had class yesterday and I was kind of not feeling great. And then I got home and I crashed yesterday. So I was not feeling well yesterday. So I was really not optimistic about how I was going to feel today. But today I feel good. Kind of nice. It's kind of funny. After I ate, I felt a little bit better yesterday. How your body needs energy. So yeah.
What's that like?
So, but I'm good. Yeah. So my students have a test tomorrow, so that's nice. I don't have to prepare anything for that. I don't have to prepare anything. So
It's
yeah.
only Wednesday?
Today's Wednesday.
Oh, dur.
Yeah. So anyway, that's how I am. Everything's good.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well,
So
guys, if you like our content, go check us out on our socials. Instagram, TikTok, Tiki-Taki as mom always says. Tiki-Taki. Look us up on YouTube, subscribe, comment, like, hit us up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and our Facebook. So
yeah.
we appreciate you guys. As always. Thank you for being great fans.
I know we have such wonderful drift mates. Anyway,
I'm still getting used to the drift mates.
drift mates. He's still getting rid of it. Used to it. Rid of it. Used to it. Okay, so let's talk about this. So Noah, do you feel like obviously I know that we know that our relationship has changed, right? But I think one of the things is that that I know is that it changed Like, we've talked about it and how my shift happened, like, as far as, like, involving you guys in the process of becoming adults where, like, I changed to, like, talking to you and discussing things rather than yelling at you or, telling you to do things. It was more like a conversation. That happened, like, when yous were in high school and stuff. But I think it's even shifted or evolved since then, right? Now it's more like, what do you think how do you think our relationship has changed?
I mean, yeah, the biggest thing is just moving from mom to friend, I think a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, which I know is a crazy concept for people to like think is like, I don't want to be your friend, I want to be your parent, right?
Yeah.
Um, that shift probably didn't happen until 16, 17. I
Yeah.
want to say.
Yeah.
Um, it was once you establish that level of trust in us, and as we were getting into more of that adulthood, that it was okay. I don't have to necessarily do all the parenting as much as I just have to be there and parent when I need to. Uh,
Yeah.
I feel like Daddy and I were pretty self sufficient. You kind of raised us to be that way, right? We got ourselves out of bed in the morning. Got off to school, we did our homework, we just did all the things we had to do. And you parented us at a very early age. It was that was what it looked like in our household. And so that shift from I'm telling you how to do these things, I'm telling you what to do these things and when to do these things is you are now responsible for doing all these things for yourself. I will always be here for you. I will always be in your corner, but you are responsible for taking care of yourself essentially. And I want to transition you from being reliant on me to being self sufficient. So I'd say about that 15, 16, 17 era
Yeah.
age was really kind of when I saw that shift.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that honestly, I liked that a lot. I mean, I keep getting from people when I tell them how old I am, they are always astonished a little bit. I've kind of come to notice. I'll tell people I'm 21 and they always yes, I look young, right? But they were like, I genuinely thought you were 23, maybe 24, 20, 22, stuff like that. Um, Specifically just like that's the age group of where most people are at, what in grad school, they're both, 23, uh, 22, 23. And so for me, just have turning 21, that I was like, wow, you're wise beyond your years. And I think a lot of that stems from how you raised us. From you, I had to be a little bit more self sufficient from a young age, and kind of develop that level of maturity a little bit quicker, just to kind of care for myself a little bit.
Yeah. I always used to say, which is kind of funny because when you were younger, like, because you were in school, your birthday is the end of August, like the very end of August, and the school year started on September 1st. And I would always say that
No,
academically,
it started the week before.
well, I mean, the cutoff for kids' ages
Oh yeah, it was
was
September
September.
2nd.
Yeah. And your birthday was August 30th, so literally like the youngest in your class.
Hmm.
And so I always just say, like, academically, you were ready to go. Like, you were ready to go. But, like, maturity wise, you weren't. Like,
No.
and that when you were younger. But it's so interesting to me because, like you said, you matured very quickly,
Hmm.
into that self-sufficient, young man adult that you are now. And I saw that. Like, it's so interesting that I got to see that because you realize that, oh, like, yes, my academics are important, but I've got to be self-sufficient as well. Like, and like you said, I think that does have something to do with how you were raised, you and Tabby were raised. But yeah, it's interesting.
Well, I mean, you can even look at Tabby and you see the same thing in her too. Granted, I'm more responsible than she is, but she'll admit it. It's not even a diss. She will admit that.
You're not allowed to talk about your sister on the podcast.
I wasn't even rude.
Okay, that's fair.
Who do you give the card to whenever you say go pick up food?
I mean, I could give it to either one of you, but I just hand
But
it to you.
typically,
I hand it to you.
right. Who drives most of the time when we go?
That's because she doesn't like to drive.
Me.
Anyway, let's move on.
Just saying.
I know. Yes, you both are very, very responsible. Um,
Some more
and
than
that
others, but yes.
so, yeah, I think that, being able to do that when yous were younger in order to build that foundation for when yous got older was kind of my goal. as you were young adults, in that college phase, and especially knowing, like, I kind of as we got into your senior year, like, we knew you were moving away for school. We didn't know exactly where you were going, but we knew you were going away for school.
Oh, we
Um,
did.
what?
I find out at the end of my junior year?
I don't remember, but either way, it could have been. We knew you were going away for school. So, I think that,
Might have been, like, October, so very
yeah.
early senior year, but
Yeah. So we knew you were going away. And so I think that like it was kind of that senior year where Tabby was away for school as well, and you and I were home alone. We just kind of got into that, let's prepare you the best way we can, you know? Having those conversations and, just realizing that, you're not gonna be a kid when you go away from home. You might be younger, but you're still not gonna be this kid that is gonna have me to rely on. So let's prepare you the best way we can.
right.
So and I think that through those years, like, it was what, 3 years, right, that you were in undergrad, and this is your 4th week is this your 4th year away from home?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that, like, in your undergrad, I definitely saw a shift in your maturity level and a change in our communication and our relationship. Would you say
How
that's
so?
true?
How so?
Do you agree? And then I'll tell you.
Surety for sure. I think having to kind of like care for myself entirely rather than having that constant person lean on if I needed it. And then our dynamic more so in the fact that just, I mean, I guess like verbiage. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that you leaving and going away to college definitely changed the fact that you were not my baby anymore.
Oh
And
no.
yeah, and I had to make that switch. I had to make that change of realizing that you are actually an adult moving on your own, supporting yourself, giving yourself opportunities, going to college, doing the college things that I might not know about, I mean, every now and then I would get phone calls saying, "Hey, Noah was an idiot and rode on a scooter and sprained his ankle and now he's in the hospital," or whatever it was, elbow.
That
You
was
know?
not my fault.
Whatever, I'm just saying,
I
like,
blame I
the
blame D Mori for that,
whatever, the
and he will
the
accept
the
that.
the point of the matter is that I think, I had to accept those things, right? I had to accept the fact that you were no longer under my wing and that you were out there becoming your own person. So, I think we talked a lot, like, because it was kind of we were trying to figure out how to transition that, and I don't think that's ever gonna change. We talk a lot, like, we just do. Um, and I think
What?
that
So
texting? At least. I don't say we don't talk a lot, we
I'm
talk a
ki
lot. Okay.
I'm kidding. I was
Okay.
purely a joke.
Okay. So I think that, like, just those
This
things.
person, I tell you.
And then I think that, it's just now we talk our conversations just are different, right? We talk about,
We talk
um
about important things,
yeah, we talk
which are
about
dumb.
adult things. We talk
Yeah.
about, how are you handling money and, what, are you getting enough time for yourself? Things like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
the conversations,
the dumb
yeah,
things.
the dumb things. The conversations have changed, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the conversation have definitely changed from just something stupid, like I said, to, something, like, actually important and meaningful, right? Typically, if I call you, yeah, I don't know. I think that you call me to check in a lot, right? Typically, if I call you, it's because I genuinely am like, "This is a issue that's going on right now,
Yeah.
and I need a second opinion on this." And I feel like a lot of the time, if I honestly, if I call any of you guys, it's typically that I need an opinion on something. Every now and then, I'll call Tabby just to
You
check in.
Yeah, you call to say hello, just to say hi every
Yeah,
now and then.
sometimes I'll
Like,
just say hi,
yeah,
but I would
you
give
do
it a
that with your
solid.
dad a lot.
Yeah. I would give it a solid, like, 85% that I genuinely am contemplating something or, like, some
Yeah,
situation is occurring that I need another opinion on. And
exactly.
I don't know, I think going back to that level of trust that we built from the beginning kinda helps that. I mean, I know a lot of people that don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's a level we talked about, like, the whole level of codependency thing, right? I don't think that's a level of codependency. I think that's the fact that I trust and respect your guys' opinions
Opinions.
enough to, that I need to make sure I'm making the best decision for myself,
I
and
think that
I
yeah, I think that has to happen because you really don't know how to adult, right?
no, no,
And
I have no
and
clue.
yeah, and so I think that in order to learn how to do these things, you have to have those conversations with somebody, unless
Right,
or else you're going into it blindly. So
right.
if you're not having a conversation with somebody that you trust or that has experience in those areas, then how are you gonna know how to do it for yourself?
Yeah,
So we have the conversations, and the next time, even though, you might say, "Hey, I still want your opinion," but at least you know how to go into it next time, you know, more informed,
right.
which I think is definitely an evolution between parents, and young people, that are transitioning from young adults to adults. That
Mhm.
that is a good thing to happen. I think that that's normal. I think that's natural.
Yeah,
Don't you agree? Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Are you impressed with kind of that shift that's occurred? Or is it just like where I started at 17 to now 21 as a college graduate? Are you impressed, or do you think that I need to lock in a little bit more?
Um,
I know you're gonna say, "I'm always proud of you. You can never do anything that doesn't amaze me." I want like an honest answer. Like, are you impressed with how I've held myself in the last 4 years as a upcoming uprising adult? Oh no, I got to tear up, guys.
as a mom of two of the most amazing kids in the world, I am so impressed by you and Tabby every day. I was not nearly as focused, nearly as driven, I was nothing like you guys are at 21 and 23. I had no direction. I had nothing. I didn't have that. And for the fact that the both of you have put yourself into, giving yourselves these opportunities to excel at your chosen professions, that you are out there making real life choices, that you can be anything. And not because I have done that for you, but because you've done that for yourself. You have made the life that you are living for you on your own by yourself, both of you. And as a parent, there is literally nothing more you can ask for. You both have chosen wonderful people to be your, mates in this life. I mean, I couldn't ask for better, people to go by your side. You have made wonderful friends. You have given yourself awesome opportunities. Impressed isn't even the word. In awe is probably better. I am just in awe of you, and there's no better feeling as a parent.
Thanks, Mama.
Ooh, okay.
No, didn't know she's about to start tearing up on this one, did you?
Well, I mean, it's 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 nice to be able to say that about your kids. I wish that everybody could. So, should we move into what you take? You
Yeah,
don't
that
you don't have a what's your take?
that thing that we do, huh?
What's your take? I don't think I asked you this one, so I'm gonna ask you this one.
Did I ask you my appliance question?
Your what?
My kitchen appliances question?
No, I don't think you did.
Oh, okay. I have one
Here's
now.
one.
Alright.
Uh, what's your take on people who refuse to use turning signals?
You asked me that one.
I did?
Yes.
Damn. All right.
Dang
I
it.
need one. You go.
You you don't have one? That
No,
was
but
it.
I'll get one real quick. Go ahead.
Um, this is maybe not necessarily like a what's it like, but I'm curious as to what you think the most useless kitchen appliance is,
Useless kitchen appliance.
or like kitchen tool. It's the most useless one, and how do I get rid of it in the kitchen?
How do you get rid of it?
Yeah, it might be in my kitchen. How do I get rid of it?
Um,
I don't have an answer. I'm just curious.
what's my take on kitchen appliances?
Not kitchen appliance, the most useless kitchen appliance.
What's my take on the most useless kitchen appliance?
Oh, that's all right. I need to be let out anyways.
Off the top of my head, I can't think of one. An egg separator is great, but you don't need one. I
True.
mean, you can use your hands just as easily.
Ugh.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um, one of those fancy, like, slicer things, you can just use a damn knife.
I kind of feel like it's nice, but useless, is like the water thing inside of a fridge
That's
for
probably
you.
true, yeah. People use those a lot, though.
I know, but I'm like, dude, I don't know.
I know, we don't
Or
use
like,
ours very often.
no, it's nice. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah. I don't have one, maybe I'll think about it and come back to that. Here's my what's your take.
Okay.
What's your take on people sleeping with socks on?
You can't, but I also would be a hypocrite because the other day I fell asleep with my socks on and just was so tired. I
Ugh.
forgot to take them off.
Ugh.
I also fell asleep with my belt still on. Like
Ugh.
I passed out. I was like,
I guess.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't think people should sleep with socks on.
no.
I think it's just
You gotta let
wrong.
the blood you gotta let the blood flow. You gotta
You
let
gotta let your
circulation.
piggies breathe.
Yeah, you gotta let it's I thought I read somewhere, and this might be incorrect. Don't take me for my stupid comments. But I read somewhere, I think, that it is, like, unhealthy for you to sleep with socks on because it's, like, so constricted that, like, you're supposed to allow your body to, like, breathe and allow it to, like, help with, like, your the circum
I don't
I
know
don't
what you're
of
saying.
your blood flow.
Uh, I
Um,
don't know anything.
I thought I read that somewhere. I might be wrong, so don't leave
Who
me a hate
knows?
comment.
Yeah, don't at you, huh?
Don't at Noah Buteco is stupid. I promise I'm learning some things.
Okay, so back into it. So this portion is what do you miss about being younger and being, not being an adult?
You know the phrase, "I just wanna grow up,"
Yeah,
or "I just wanna be older so I can do this, that,
yeah,
or whatever"? That
yeah.
was the stupidest thing I ever said.
I
Oh my gosh.
wish I was old enough to do this.
Yeah, did anybody else ever say that? "I wish I was older"?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, what a dumb comment.
yeah,
Um, I truth be told, I miss baseball.
yeah.
Like,
I
I miss just kinda being able to go outside and throw the ball. And, like, I can do it with my friends and that, but, like,
different.
yeah,
I missed
I
that was a hard transition for me
that was a really hard transition for me. I missed the amount of stress that I thought I had in high school
compared to what you have now.
compared to what I have now. Like, I would take it back. I would never go back to high school,
No. Do I
but
think that's one of the fairest things to say, like, the simplicity of being
my
a a young adult at home, right?
yeah.
Like,
Like,
now you
the problems that I thought I had when I was that young were, like, sky high, right? Like, they were
Yeah,
the end of the world. And
yeah.
now I'm doing the harder things, and I'm like, "Holy smokes." I'm
Holy
like,
smokes.
I
Honey
take
cheeks.
back all the things that I said about
Yeah,
how hard I have it.
yeah.
And
I
I still don't, like even now, like, I try not to say all that stuff because like, I have it really good. Like, I have it I'm well blessed.
yes.
I'm getting the opportunities, like, I am well blessed, you know?
Yep,
Um, but it's just the level the difference is crazy.
I know.
So,
I do. I miss you being younger. I miss you being at home. I miss just you know, like, you guys were really, like, you barely went out at night, with your friends or whatever.
who was I talking to about that? I said the other day, I said, "You know, I was the type of person." Like, I look at I'm currently doing my rotation in high school, right? And I just look
Yeah,
down I look at the amount of students people that are in the student sections at all these games,
yeah,
and I'm like, "I rarely did that." And I always have so
yeah,
much respect for people, but I was so content being that person on a Friday night that was sitting at home
at home.
doing nothing.
I know. We
Like,
watched m
I
we watched movies, we played games, like, or you did nothing, you just, whatever. And so I miss that. Like, I even, like, just missing, like, you being in your room, right?
yeah,
Tabby and I were talking about it the other day, how we're such living room people, right? Like, you guys would just hang out in the living room. Even if we
yeah.
weren't doing anything, we just hung out in the living room most of the time.
I still do that, like, everybody
Yeah.
wonders I have a desk in my room, and everybody's like, "Why do you not do homework in your room?" I'm like, And honestly, I didn't think about this probably until this exact moment. I think it's because, like, we did homework at the table,
At the kitchen table.
right? And, like, when there were people in the living room, that's where we were.
Yeah.
We were there so we can make conversation, we could, interact, we could just be involved.
Yeah.
I think that honestly, that's my reason as to why I'm rarely here.
Yeah. Yeah. We spend a lot of time in the living room and, and I miss that. But like now I feel like, you're an adult and like there's some benefits to that too, right? I mean, I think that like watching you become an adult is pretty cool and watching you learn how to do things on your own is pretty cool. It's fun to watch those things. What do you
You want
like
to
about
you want to talk about doing things on my own?
Okay.
I'll give you the example. Let's talk about
Okay.
how I've been dealing with the insurance company for 2 hours a day. Ring a ding ding. That's dumb. The insurance companies? Oh,
You're talking about health insurance.
yes.
Health insurance. Noah's talking
Mm,
about health insurance, and he's adulting because he had some issues with the health insurance company. So,
mm.
you're adulting. What do you like about being an adult, though?
I mean, don't.
Okay.
No, I'm just
Never
kidding.
mind.
I'm kidding. I'm joking. Obviously, maybe this isn't obvious. I'll say this. You had rules. You had things that we had to follow,
Yeah.
but you didn't have like harsh rules. Like hard rules kind of thing. It was more of a you come to me with this idea, and we'll talk about if I like it or I don't. Right. So
Yeah.
maybe it was, hey, I want to go hang with my friends, but I don't want to be back at 10 o'clock. I might be out late. What do we think? And it was okay.
Yeah.
So we never had a curfew growing up. As
No.
long as you knew where we were and who we were with, we never had a curfew. So I would like to say, oh, the freedom of being able to go places whenever I feel like it, but that didn't change.
No.
In regards to being an adult, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it's nice to not have to check in all the time.
Yeah.
I
I
like,
track you, it's fine.
yeah, you know that I'm either at here, my girlfriends are at school
Yeah.
or clinical, but the 4 places I go. Maybe you'll catch me at Walmart every 2 weeks or Panda Express. You probably
Or
catch me at
Panda.
Panda a decent
Ah.
amount. I don't know.
Um,
I don't think that there's much to like comparison from other than the actual fact that I have to make food for myself every day, and which I did when I was younger too. So I don't
yeah.
know.
I mean, not so I mean,
Well,
we shared that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, yeah, I think that it's true, and you're not, like, a full-blown adult yet, Like, you're
What do you mean by
transitioning.
that?
I just mean that, like, you're not supporting a family, you're not working a,
Me,
9 to 5
myself, and I, bro.
job. You're not working a job that
I
I mean, you're
eat for
doing your clinical
4.
you're doing your clinicals and things like that, but, like, you're not, like, full-blown adulting. You are adulting, but not full-blown adulting, is my thought.
I accept your comment,
Okay.
yes.
Thank
But
you.
I seriously, I do eat for 4, so
I know. And anyway, so yeah. Do you think that the doing the podcast has changed our relationship at all?
no.
No, me neither. I'm glad you said that because I don't think so. I think that it does give us, I think we've said this before, it definitely gives us that at least once a week check in, which we're good about anyway. But I think that it kind of, we won't hear that on the podcast. So you like making funny sounds. But I think that, or funny faces, I think that it hasn't changed anything. Like we are still really good about, we always have been very open with each other, very honest and very, you know, clear about what we're talking about and stuff. So that's good. So the last thing that we're going to talk about is like just kind of where we're at now with our relationship and where it goes from here, right? So like, what do you think? And I guess we've touched on this, but what do you think makes our relationship work? Is it that trust? Is it the communication? Is it a combination of things? What do you think makes our relationship work?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Noah, come on.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was trying to think about the quote from the grandfather. The
The
Godfather, not
Godfather,
grandfather.
the
The Godfather.
grandfather.
I'm sorry. What makes our relationship work? It's the fact that you just always nag me. You're always checking in. It's like Hey, brother. Hey, mother. I think the level of trust honestly is really what did it for me. Um,
The fact that there's humor in it all the time.
the fact that we might be best friends kind of relationship,
Yeah.
kind of vibe. It's like I don't know. The work that we put in when we're younger has sustained this nurturing relationship, right?
I think,
You
yeah, I go ahead, keep going.
I think that the more that you develop a level of trust with your child can really influence what your relationship looks like when you're older. I've heard from a lot of people my age that, they're like, oh, my mom's my best friend or my dad is just my go to, right? I think that that's the type of relationships there are the people that really like are there for your kid all the time and have
Yeah.
develop that level of nurturing, like that nurturing relationship that is super powerful. That's kind of how you grow from a okay, I'm parenting to I'm here for you no matter what kind of thing.
Yeah. I think we definitely put the work in, and now it's, kind of nice because we've built that trust, we've built that, understanding. There's that understanding of, what to expect. And, there's always humor in our relationship. There's always comfortability. There's nothing that you're ever going to say to me that is going to shock me. There's nothing that I'm going to say to you that's going to shock you. Like, there's no shock factor. It's always,
Yeah.
oh, like, that's just a natural conversation and stuff. So I think that that is what makes our relationship work. I think that that's why, like, it's been so easy to do this podcast is because there isn't anything that you're going to say to me that is going to upset me on air, quite frankly. And I don't have any problem talking anything, and neither do you. So, and I think that we've just done really well to make sure that our relationship is solid. You know, we are, as much as you keep saying, I keep checking in with you, you check in with me too. You are making sure that your mama's okay. You're good at that. Do you think that as you get older and like you are married and you do have kids, that our relationship will change?
Yeah, you're gonna stop caring about me and care about the grandkids.
That's not our relationship. That's a different
That's how
relationship.
our relationship changes. Is you go, move it, move him. This son, my son of mine, dumbass, grandchild, G Swizzles here.
Tabby says no.
I also say no. I don't want G Pop and G Swizzle around.
Come on.
Come on. No.
Uh,
As I get older,
yeah.
I mean, I do think that once I have a family, I think that once I have a wife and all that stuff, it changes a little bit. I mean, it's hard not to, right?
Yeah. The
You
conversations will be different because 'cause you'll be
yeah,
confiding. I mean, you do really well with your girlfriend now
I've gotten
to
so much
confide
better.
in her. Yeah, to confide in her, and but that's okay because that's what you're supposed to do
It's
and
kind of
stuff.
that
But
switch, right?
yeah,
I
yeah,
think that the relationship will always be super strong, especially the fact that, I'm gonna make sure that my kids know you and dad for sure. Like that's a big thing for me, especially just from my past experience and stuff.
yeah.
But in regards to like our relationship, it'll evolve, it'll change, but it'll never waver.
No, I think that that's the important thing is that it'll always be there no
Yeah,
matter how old either one of us gets, and as long as we're committed to, you know, being good about talking and stuff because I know that, like, as I got older, me and my brother got older, it was just me and my brother. I did really well to do my best to maintain a relationship with my mom. My dad passed away, but my mom lived with Grampy, and so it was really, like, important to me to maintain that relationship, not just because of you and Tabby, but because I wanted to make sure that I had it right, and I wouldn't say that my brother was really great at that. I don't think that he was really great about I mean, he talked to my mom and stuff like that, but I don't think he was as good about it as I was, and that's there's payoff because you guys have a great relationship with Grampy now, and that's important, And so I think it is you have to maintain that relationship with your parents in order to build a relationship with your parents, with them and your children, right? So you have to be an example for what it should look like for your kids to have a relationship as well. Do you agree?
100%.
Yeah. So, and I think that that's super important. We've talked about that in our personal, personally and stuff.
Yeah.
So, so yeah. So I think that our relationship is a wonderful one. I am always appreciative of it. I appreciate you and Tabby coming to me and talking to me and having that trust and confidence in me. I appreciate that you're getting older and
Excuse me.
that you are lifing on your own.
I'm lifing. I'm not living though.
I said
I'm
lifing.
life. I know.
You're doing great.
Thanks, fam.
You're welcome. Do you have anything else you want to add? Okay. I think it's important for parents and kids, no matter what the age is, to have open relationships and talk honestly and to, you know, feel like it's okay to make mistakes in relationships. Like it's okay. You're never going to be perfect, but as long as you're building that trust, having that consistency, then it can carry through children to young adults to adulthood. And that's really what we aim for, is to be able to have those relationships with our kids as they get older, you know? And I think it's important to build that as you're younger and to maintain it as you go. So that's just my little jaunt. I don't know what else you'd call it, but
So
okay.
soapbox.
I know. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, okay. Let's you wanna close with anything, Noah?
Bye, y'all.
Goodbye. We appreciate you guys we appreciate you guys listening. Every voice needs a safe harbor. One of these days I'm gonna get it. Until next time. It's like two lines, right? We appreciate you listening. Every voice needs to stay a safe.
Hard to listen to, guys.
You wanna say it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thanks for listening, guys. Every voice needs a safe harbor. Until next time, stay anchored in connection. Boom. How
Okay.
hard was that?
It was not hard. Okay, thanks guys. Thanks Drift Mates. We love you guys.